So hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about telecom sector in India. So let's come to introduction. The definition of telecom involves exchange of information over significant devices distances using electronic means such as voice communication, exchange of information through voice communication or data or video transmission. Now, if we look at the Indian telecom sector, so Indian telecom network is said to be a second largest in the world in terms of 1,179 million subscriber base as on August 23. If we look at the tele density, so it stood at 84.69%. It means that 84.69 telephone subscribers are there out of total 100 people. But the rural sector is lagging behind and having only 58% of tele density. So it seems that there is a great potential in rural areas. Now, if we look at the internet users, so India is having the second highest internet users after China, with having around 900 million subscribers in June 23. If we look at the telecom market split, so the telecom market split in three segments, mainly mobile wireless, which we can use as for voice messaging or for text messaging or voice calling, mostly like 2G phones which are earlier available. Now if we look at fixed line, so fixed line is divided, fixed line is mostly said to be a traditional landline which we use. It is at declining phase and there is no uses of that, so it is said to be a faded to oblivion. Now if we look at internet services, so internet services includes both fixed line wireline or mobile wireless both. So in fixed line wireline, if we look at internet services, so there are like Geo Fiber or Airtel Extreme Fiber, which provides services of internet through fixed line or wireline. On the other hand, if we look at wireless mobile, so services like mobile data where we use SIM of 3G, 4G and 5G to use internet. So this is the market split of telecom sector. Now if we look at the segment, wireless segment and rural subscriber, so wireless and wireline segment as on August 23 is around 97% and 3%. So wireless includes all those 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G SIM which are available. On the other hand, wireline includes 3% data, telephone, landline. If we look at the wireless subscription, which is around 1148 million, that is SIM card, and remaining 30.78 are landline users. So if we look at the split of urban rural tele density, so rural is having 44% tele density out of total density, and urban is having 56%. But the question here arises that rural urban split, if we look at the population split of India, so 65% of India live in rural areas. On the other hand, 35% live in urban area. That 35% occupies around 56% of tele density, but the 65% occupies only 44% of tele density. So it seems that the rural area needs to be the untapped market for telecom operators to get into. So if we look at share of key telecom players, so total broadband subscribers of Reliance Jio is around 445 million, and they are having a market share of 51.95%. So they are market leaders. Now if we look at Bharti Airtel, so Bharti Airtel is having total broadband subscriber. Total broadband subscriber means total SIM subscriber for mobile phones, or for Geo-Fi also you can say, other than fibers that are wireline cables. So if we look at Bharti Airtel Limited, so total broadband subscribers are 246.99 million, and they are having a market share of 28.96%. Now on the other hand, if we look at Vodafone Idea Limited, so Vodafone Idea Limited is having a subscriber base of 125 million with a market share of 14.32%. Now if we look at BSNL, so BSNL is having a market share of 21.41 million, where they are having the market share of merely 2.87%. So in all of the top players, only Jio is the company which has gained the market share in last 7 or 8 years with a last mover, but the fast mover. And the Bharti Airtel and VI or BSNL has constantly losing their market share. But nowadays, only two players that are the best performer in telecom sector, if we look at them, are the Jio and Airtel. So if we'll go to the next slide, the telecom revenue. So Indian government have a plan to receive a telecom revenue through AGR. And now, if we look at the gross revenue of total telecom sector, it stood around 3.1 lakh crore, which is $37 billion. So, if we look at the analysis of that, in FY17, the gross revenue of telecom companies are $40.93 billion, around $41 billion. But in FY23, if we look at this, so it is around $37 billion only. So in more than 7 or 8 years, still the gross revenue is not more than what it was before Geo. So this is because of intense traffic price war, and still the telecom sector is having a saturity. If now the pace at which slowly and slowly the all the telecom companies are increasing their tariff prices and standardizing it so that they can recoup their capital expenditure. Now the government receive revenue through AGR, 8% of AGR fees, which is said to be a revenue share license fees, through which government earn revenue for allotting the license. And if we look at 5G subscriptions. So India is having an average consumption of 17.11 GB per month. If we look at wireless data subscriber, like phone users, if we can say, which may lead to 40 GB per month by 2026. So if we look at the potential of uh, 5G, so obviously the all the companies like mostly the Airtel and Jio are prominently mm, leader for 5G sector. Now if we look at total data usage in 4G sector, so 4G is still having a major chunk of 95% of the total data usage, out of which 5G is having only near about 4.59% of total data usage. So it is expected that 5G subscription will reach 350 million in sooner or later, if we can say that the FDI flow. So FDI flow in telecom sector is the fourth largest in terms of total FDI flow in India. Uh, if we look at FDI from April 2000 to September 2023, so it stood around 40 or $39.31 billion, which is obviously said to be the fourth in terms of the industry wise. In October 21, the government has increase the FDI limit and via automatic route from 49% to 100%. So this is we can say with this we conclude our analysis on Indian telecom sector. I hope you all enjoy the video. Thanks for watching.